Hey everybody, Icy Cat here. For today's in-depth operator profile, we're going to take a look at the GIGN Defender Doc. His stim pistol will help make sure that your team stays in the fight and can go another round. Let's take a closer look at how best to use Doc now. Doc is a member of the GIGN. He's a defender on their CTU. He has access to 3 primary weapons, a shotgun, 2 submachine guns, as well as a pair of pistols. And he's got some pretty good choices no matter where you go here. The shotgun is very powerful. It's a good pump action. I like it a lot. The MP59mm is fairly accurate, and it's a pretty good submachine gun all around. My recommendation, however, is going to go for the P90. It has a little bit lower damage rating, but its higher rate of fire and its larger ammo capacity will help it stand out. With the choice of handguns between the P9 or the revolver, I'm going to recommend the P9 just because the semi-auto is a little bit easier to handle in situations for being able to put rounds down. The revolver has higher damage. It can pack a punch, but its slower rate of fire could leave you vulnerable. Really, that's personal preference, though. So Doc's ability is his stim pistol. It has 5 darts that it can put out and provide healing. You can revive anybody from a down but not out state. That's any friendly team member. That's yourself. If you go down, you can shoot yourself in the leg and bring yourself back up. Or you could even revive an enemy teammate if you miss or get confused on what your target is, so you need to be careful. There's no real counter to Doc. I mean, his ability is just reviving people in a ranged fashion, so there's nobody that can really interfere with his ability. He does, however, combo very well with an operator like Rook. Rook's armor pack will allow you to survive 1 extra hit of damage, but more importantly, it makes you more likely to go into a down but not out state, and that's pretty valuable to have. Another possible combination for Doc is going to be smoke, although unconventionally so. And let me explain why. You can actually use smoke's gas grenades as a sort of smoke grenade for getting to your targets that you need to revive. You just have to be careful because those grenades could, of course, kill the team members that you're trying to protect, but it can provide that line of sight obscurement and allow Doc to move into position to help him out if he doesn't have a good line of sight or if he's a little too far away. I'm going to get into a gun battle here and take some damage right as I get into position and I fall, and boom, shoot myself in the leg and I'm right back up. I also want to illustrate the importance of using a mic when you play this game. There's this guy that went down and crawled over to me, and he needs to be revived, and I have no idea he's there. He has no mic, so he can't communicate with the medic. I'm standing on his face right now, and I just happened to see him because I looked down. So, okay, there you go, buddy, back in. But please make sure you have a mic when you play this game. It's so important to know what's going on with all the people on your team. Doc has got the ability to really turn around some clutch plays. I don't have any footage of this. We weren't allowed to record it at the time, but when I first tested Doc back in July, we had a scenario where there was 4 people left on our team as defenders and 2 attackers were left. And one of the 2 attackers threw in a grenade and took 3 of us out immediately. We were all in down but not out states. Doc was the only one left. So now it was 1 on 2. They came into the room to kind of clean up the mess. We had fallen behind tables and desks, so they didn't have line of sight on us, so they had to step into the room to finish us off. And Doc was just able to go thump, 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 and just revive the 3 down players. And all of a sudden, the guy was surrounded. Those 2 guys should have won the match. There was only 1 target left to deal with, and we flipped the tables on him by all of a sudden having 4 people in play again. So he can definitely turn matches around. And I that's a good thing, but at the same time, I have my personal reservations on having these kind of like magical medicine darts in the game. From a gameplay mechanic perspective, they are effective, but they also provide, in some ways, I think, a little bit of an unfair advantage in that the attacking team doesn't have the same ability. And you need to be careful, too, because sometimes people will get confused. Especially people that are new to Doc, they'll pull out their sidearm and shoot you with that, thinking that was the stim pistol, and they'll get confused. So you do need to be careful with things like that. Doc is also going to be useful in modes where there's a hostage in play, as he can revive him from the down but not out status. And Doc will be able to do that in a way that will keep the firefight going quickly and easily without exposing yourself. The best way to use Doc is also going to be to make sure that you have good line of sight on your teammates. Put him in a position where he can see as many people on the team as possible when he turns in one way or the other, and that way he's always going to be able to revive people quickly as they go down. Your response time with Doc is going to be the critical component. So that's been our in-depth operator review for Doc. Tomorrow, we're going to take a look at Kapkan, and later on in the week, we're going to do the single-player mission walkthrough for Thatcher, plus more operator profiles later in the week. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to make sure that you stay up to date on all the latest tips, tactics, news, and commentary on Rainbow Six Siege. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.